It is a gloomy day outside, so we are inside painting, but in this video, we're gonna show you thrift flips. I'm hoping for sunshine tomorrow because we have a ton of stuff to spray. We've gotta do some maintenance on our hoarder garage stash, and we're just gonna take you along with us and show you how we take trash and turn it into cash. Here are all the projects that we already worked on during our channel member live today. That's just our paid group. These are already finished. This needs hooks. The wax is drying on that. Zeb finished these pieces, and then this right here is just waiting on liquid patina to dry, but I think they all turned out pretty great. This is one of our first flips. We actually have two of these. I already have one painted. I just did a really quick coat of white swan. We're gonna let that dry and just wet distress and clear wax. Zeb has brought in to me the other two things that need painted. He purchased these, and so he's gonna paint them because they're very detailed.
You get to paint that.
I'm gonna paint this because it's not hard, and I'm gonna do the same finish, just a white kind of loose finish so I can distress it and maybe put some gold on or something. What are you doing with those?
I almost want to just go like with a weathered wood and white wax them, like we do with concrete stuff.
All right, well, get to town. Also, ignore the taquitos. The kids are now home from school, and that's just life.
You don't have to ignore them. I want to go eat some of those.
But they're not gluten-free, so no taquitos for you.
And it's weird because they're made with corn, so I don't know why they had to
They're
throw some
flour tortillas.
Oh, those ones flour?
Yeah.
Sadness. Show me that good painting technique.
If I was going to do a solid paint finish, then I would spray it, but I am not.
Why is there a random sock on the floor back there?
Dogs. They do that.
They like all the socks.
Hopefully I'm not getting all over my sweater. Anyways, I'm going to do this to the whole thing, and then I'm going to distress it, and then we'll go from there. Weathered wood in all the cracks. What are we doing with this lamp? I think it looks pretty good.
So the lamp, it had some scuffs on it, and it has like a white base coat underneath here. All I did was take some dark wax. I just have some of the DIY dark wax and put it on where all the white was showing through. And you can't even hardly tell. It just looks like it's naturally worn and aged like it would have been. Pretty simple fix on that one. This is going to be real fun to white wax.
You're regretting your... Yeah, I would actually dry brush that, not white wax.
But you're the dry brush pro. You got that.
I don't know. We'll see. This is what it looked like with a messy paint finish. And this is what it's going to look like when I wet distress it. So, damp rag. Come across. Bring out the detail. Once you get it damp, you just kind of let it sit for a minute. Like I'm going to go across other areas. Kind of moisten those up a little bit. Now I can come back here and really pull that paint off. So this is all finished except for waxing. It's super easy, DIY clear wax. This will just make it so that way the paint doesn't come off and it can be wiped down if it needs to.
Your hand's moving so fast, it's like I've got this on 8 times speed.
Here, let me slowly wax it.
There you go. All right. You gotta get some work done.
This I'm just gonna wet distress just like the other piece. I didn't put a lot of paint on. So it's gonna be really easy to pull that paint off. It's gonna give it kind of a whitewashed effect. And then I can come back and clear wax it, maybe add a little bit of gold wax to it. I don't know.
Gold wax.
Do you think that'd be good?
Fancy.
If you're gonna do a technique with this, just make sure you like the base coat. I didn't hate the base coat, I just wanted to lighten it up. And now I feel like you can see all the detail so much better. Clear wax is on. I'm just gonna come back and add some gold wax to it. Bring it up to the next level. Gonna rub that back a little bit.
All the way up to 11.
All the way up to level 11. Don't you think that looks good?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's good. So I kind of wanted to make these look folk arty. Folk arty, not to be confused with farty. And Zeb's just using our Folklorico stencil, which is Mexican folk art. We've had it for a few years. And he's coming in stenciling weathered wood.
Yep.
With a JRV stencil brush.
We debated back and forth. Was weathered wood the right color? We will see.
I think it's good because we already have Farm Fresh and White Swan. Ta-da!
What do you think? Just like one in the corner, or do I need to fill it up?
Maybe like a little one like right here to balance it.
I've got this little guy here.
Yeah, that's good. Ta-da!
Do you need to do a front and a back?
No, I think it's good.
Just the front.
I only charged $20 for the entire set, so we can't spend 4 hours on it. Seb says this one's gonna blow my mind, so I'm prepared for my mind to be blown. What? Look at that. Now he's going even bigger. Go big or go home.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Whoa, that's so good. I love it. Look at that little set now. It's cute. Next up, I'm gonna dry brush instead of white wax. I'm offloading most of my paint onto my drop cloth, and I'm just gonna come across and bring out all the detail on the piece. And if there's anywhere that I'm like, oh, that's too much paint, I can always come back and dry brush the base color over the top. But so far, I'm liking the look. Look how it's gonna bring out the detail. Zeb's clear waxing everything. You can just see how that dry brush really brought out the detail, and the DIY clear wax is gonna seal it. Our houses are drying now, but they're all waxed. They'll look a little splotchy, but by tomorrow they'll be perfect.
I love the neutral tones on these compared to like all the multicolored tones. They weren't even like super colorful. It just wasn't good.
This is, to me, looks more like high-end decor, and the other one just looked like cheesy themed decor. I don't know. You can see the rest of our items are way over there. Tomorrow we'll get them in the shop. Good morning. It is the next day. It is still gloomy outside, and I don't even have makeup on yet. I'm supposed to be live in 50 minutes for Waste Not Wednesday, so I've got my stuff pulled out. We have all of these projects finished from yesterday that I'm gonna hustle on down to the shop so they can get them shipped, because a lot of them have sold. And then the ones that haven't sold, if I haven't photographed them, then they'll take care of them. Cody, stop barking. We are at the shop now unloading the projects that we have finished. And then we'll get back to the house and get to painting.
Lots of painting.
So much painting. Zeb's bringing in the rest of the stuff. Our back end is kind of full because we got a bunch of cute new clothes in, but we're dropping off all the things that are painted. All right, I'm gonna have to go into the barn and find some hooks for this piece. Let's see what we got in here. Zeb! It looks so good.
Everything's just stacked over to the sides.
All right, tell them what you've been doing to look at that. We have 4, and I had no idea you've been doing this.
So every morning when I come feed Buttercup, I set a timer for 10 minutes and I clean a little.
Yeah, like I had no idea.
Sometimes I stretch that to 20 minutes because I could be in here for days.
It was not this clean last week before I left for California.
Nope.
Now will I be able to find anything?
It's all kind of stacked over there. We need to go through that pile because some of it's construction stuff that I need to organize up and out of the way, and that way we can get to the wall. I want to move
all my chairs hanging up.
Yeah, oh, your chair army. That's only half of them. There's a bunch of chairs up there.
Well, you know, I still have space. So we have this bin of hardware, which we actually need to put some of
what
it
if you did mismatch? Would that
in the
look funky?
shop. No, I want hooks. So I'm gonna go upstairs. If I can't find anything, we'll have to buy some at the store.
Okay.
So I spy with my little eye doorknobs. I wonder if Zeb can get to that.
Those?
That would be cute on that.
Hang on.
We'll see if Zeb can get to it. I mean, in my defense, that over there is Tyvek pipe. Like, none of that is mine. Those are like rugs that we sell online that are all plastic wrapped that I probably need to take offline and use some of them in the shop or in the cottage. So I want to show you. Oh, I had like filming and grabbing, but I'm going to grab this while he lifts that up. But I don't have a tripod, so we'll just see if it works. Victory! I knew I had some sort of junk somewhere, and that was only $7. Totally worth it.
$7 a knob.
$7 20 years ago. Zeb, hold up the victorious shelf. Ta-da! Okay, so 5. I think we need all of those on that. So let's take those off.
$6.
Originally $56, but we paid $5.99. Who knows when I bought this? But I will eventually have to put new hooks on it, but not today. So I'll steal these hooks so I can finish that project. And I'll do something later.
This is not a toy.
This is not a toy. Thanks for that sticker, people. I actually think this would be great in the cottage to put hooks on. Oh, look, it's Richard. Yeah, you did
Sometimes.
good. Well, my stenciling was on there too. So this is our new stencil. This is the folk or floral folk swag, I think is what it's called. And that was a good find because I love like the cute round in the middle of this and then these hooks. Way cuter than what was there that was falling apart.
It's got hanging hardware on the back already.
That's perfect. Now we got to get the website updated. Okay, so we're finishing up our Waste Not Wednesday projects now, and these actually weren't on Waste Not Wednesday. These are just something that we listed, but they needed to be oiled. We like to use tung oil. It is food safe, and we'll make these shiny and kind of protect them.
Yeah, it'll keep them from getting splintery is what it'll do. So this one here was real dry. I just kind of sanded it. I think someone even stained it at one point. I'm not sure what's on there, but it's been used with food, so maybe it's just aged and I just cleaned it up a little bit.
And then we've got tung oil. We sell this at JamieRayVintage.com, and we use it for just this or hemp oil.
I love this little spoon. I know we're talking a lot about spoons here, but it's hand carved. Found it at the thrift store. It's like 75 cents. And it's gonna look really good once this oil cures up on it. It'll give it a good aged look.
Here's our little pumpkin stack from Waste Not Wednesday. We just used Blue Hills. We did like a wash over the top, crockery, and then I put in some greenery. And this is just sealed up with liquid patina. So once that dries, it'll be just queen bee. So I'm over here just painting this little bottle crockery. It was dropped off on our front porch, but Zeb is doing a very serious wash.
It went a little darker than I was anticipating. It's weathered wood, but I think it's gonna look really good over this kind of creamy brown and blue color that we have now and give it a good aged look.
No, that looks amazing, and it's gonna dry lighter. I would maybe wash the bottom of it just so it's even, and then we're just gonna like sand the bottom of one of the legs or something so it's not wobbly.
Yes, I have that all ready to go.
You did good, I like it.
All right, garage is still able to park in here. We are starting to get a little pile of stuff stacking up. There's a chair project that needs finished. Some stuff over here sitting on top of the trash can. I need to get this kiln over to the barn so that we can hook it to power and do something with that. This is some of this week's thrift haul. You guys saw that on Monday's video. And these are some projects that are already done that we need to just get to the shop. So we're gonna try to get this more organized, get everything up off the floor and up onto the shelf. This wood pile needs moved over to the barn. I gotta make place in the barn for that. We got some old doors hiding back there, but lots of things to do, little stuff that just kind of sneaks up on you. I haven't used my bandsaw since we cleaned the garage. It's been hiding over here. Same with the CNC machine. Need to get that out of there and power ran in the barn. But, you know, little at a time, and it'll get done. All right, I think this whole tub can come back into the house. We'll do something with this. Where's your transfer stick? Are you just gonna use your fingernails?
So I haven't used this in a while. I don't know where the stick went, so I'm just using my fingers. These ones are great because they're like one big image, so you just kind of get it started and they just go. See, look, done.
That bucket looks awesome now. It's like an old seed bucket.
Yeah.
Color of the day is crockery. That's gonna, it already looks better. Like, I don't know what that color was supposed to be, but it doesn't look aged. It doesn't even make it look old. It just looks kind of gross.
Well, the handles on this are so cool, but
cast iron handles.
the paint finish just not good. Someone over here painting my piece, and Zeb says, oh, that's gonna be awesome. What are we doing?
This little cherub has some nicks and dings, and the plaster is showing through. I'm just gonna give it a whole fresh look. This is the Golden Rule wax from DIY, and you can see where I put it.
Oh yeah.
It's just shining it up.
And covering the white plaster. There's a little spot. Let me use my paintbrush to pointing out right there. Yeah, we're getting that. Oh, you missed it. You'll have to flip it your direction to see it.
Oh, I can see it. There it is. I need more wax.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it really like mimics the old look, just kind of brightens it up. I like it. So this is Golden Roll Wax. It's a product that we carry on our website at JamieRayVintage.com. So it just came in from the garage. I have all this stuff. I'm just gonna keep grabbing it and painting it till it gets all done.
Got these two little charger plates here, and we're going to stain them with a food safe stain, and then we're gonna use the hemp oil, which is also food safe. I've got some sweet pickings in suitcase. Just a heads up, lantern and sweet potato are on sale right now. Every month they change. They're the colors of the month since it's October. probably because they're like an orange and a black, you know, makes sense for Halloween. But we don't want to stain these orange or black. We're gonna go with kind of like a brown wood tone. And I mixed this up just like a wash. It's not 1-to-1 like you would normally mix up milk paint. I want it to be a wash, kind of like what we've been doing on everything else, because I'm gonna use it as a stain, not full coverage.
So this piece, Zeb, is just magic erasering. It was just all scuffed up. And if we need to, we'll put some dark wax on it. Sometimes you just gotta clean up the thrift store items.
A lot of times you just got to clean them up. They always, even if you're painting them, you usually need clean.
Oh yeah, everything needs to be cleaned. And the crockery is a color du jour. I painted that piece over there. And now I've got these two pieces in this one. I think the bunny's gonna go crockery, and then this sweet little Jesus statue is either gonna go gold or copper.
Copper.
Copper. Zeb's doing it next.
This is that point in the project where you're like, might be time to clean a couple things up. But we're gonna get clear wax on this clock, get it back together. I'm just using the DIY clear wax. It's so good and creamy, and this just needs a quick coat. It's not gonna take a lot. It's mostly cottage colors, which already has a built-in sealer, but I washed it with some DIY weathered wood, which does not have a built-in sealer, so we're just gonna make sure that stays where it's supposed to. This is one coat, and mostly it's pretty good. I got a couple little light spots here and there, but just gonna touch those up, and this pennies from heaven, and this will be done. The bunny's drying. This is almost dry. These are ready for dark wax. I think it's gonna really make all of this detail here pop. Found some touch-up paint on those things I was dark waxing, so I quickly painted those there outside drying. We'll get to finishing up those in a second, but I'm thinking on the transfer, it's just a white utensil crock, but I think this one, this J. Steckler Seed Co. is going to be the winner. The very most hardest part about placing a transfer is making sure you get it straight. Other than that, everything is super, super easy. Okay, I let go. I'm not as cool as Jamie. I got the stick out. Jamie just did it with her hand. Oh, but I'm gonna need 2 hands. Are we straight? Looks straight enough to me.
I just got back from taking Eliza to tumbling, and Zeb has all my crockery stuff dry.
The sun came out and I was like, well, let's all go outside so I can wax it good.
It's all gonna get dark waxed. It is the next morning and the sun is shining finally. Luckily, we already have everything painted, and I felt well enough to like make my bed. It's been a long time since I've done that, and I had to show off my nice clean room. We're gonna head downstairs and check out what is ready to be going to the shop, make sure all the wax is cured and dried up, and get it loaded in the car. As I was loading it up in the car, I realized there was one last piece that I had to finish, so just a little farm fresh, some wet distress, and clear wax, and this lantern will be ready to load up in the back of the Land Rover and head over. Everything is loaded up. I am headed to the shop. I love Thursdays because they're usually the last day that we paint anything for the shop. So I get it all in, load it up, and I can enjoy the rest of my weekend, work on big projects, do my laundry, and get my video up for Thursday afternoon.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today.
Vicky asked for me to show you guys my displays. I have not been up here for a minute, but I did ask the girls to kind of straighten them up. So I'm going to show you how we display all our paint and products in the shop. When you come upstairs, we have all of our stencils. They are organized by what they are. And then in our shop, we put which section they're in on the listing. So if somebody says they need such and such stencil, we can look it up on our app, see where it's at, and easily find all of our stencils. We hang them on pants hangers. This was an idea from Debbie Beard from DIY Paint. She's amazing. And then we also carry all of our papers and organize them on an old door. So we've got two sides. We have a giant paper display. This actually used to be a comic book rack. I still want to paint it black, but for now it works for all of our rice papers. And then if you come around this way, you can see we've got our other papers. We fold them in thirds now, and this really helps them fit onto the display. Over here, we have all of our top coats. So no matter what the brand is, we've got all of our top coats, waxes, our beautiful brushes, especially the DIY ones. We've got those hanging. I personally like to keep them tidy. Don't tell Debbie, but I keep them in the package, and then we just display them out like this so that way people can touch the brushes and feel them, and we don't sell the ones on display. It's worked very well for us. We've got all of our Bohemian Brights and making powders. Over here, we keep all of our hardware. I actually would love to put the hardware like on the outside of the display, but it's constantly changing, so we leave it like that. I have yet to put up my paint swatches, so they're just hanging out on this ladder here. They're a hot mess. I really need to take care of that. And also, that reminds me, I need to deal with my embossing powder. Next up, we have Iron Orchid Designs in two places. So all of our stamps are on this large display here. Next to that, we've got our gorgeous DIY paint display, followed by milk paint. We've got two kinds because we've got the farmhouse finishes and sweet pickins. We carry supporting products. We actually need to restock some of our salt wash. We've got our Luminite. I actually want to pull that up off the floor, so I think I might rearrange this. I'm not a fan of that on the floor. I don't know how we'll do it, but we'll fix that. And then over here, we've got all of the Iron Orchid Designs molds. Of course, we keep the clay next to the molds and the inks. And then we have all of our Christmas out. So if people come in and they want to see the new JRB stencils, if they want to see the Iron Orchid Designs, we've got this all on display. It's the new products that are out for the season. Really helps people come in because some people just want to see the new products. And so this is constantly evolving. On our back end here, we've got our cottage color. Looks like we need to restock, and it looks like we've got an entire, I think I'm going to move the Illuminite here because we've got an entire empty shelf. So I will get that taken care of so it looks a little bit more full. And then of course, all of the inlays and all of the transfers are over here. Sometimes we have to do them too deep to fit them all, but it's a really great display. It fits lots of stuff. It's still not finished. It's supposed to be trimmed out, but I'm pretty proud of this area, and I think people really love to come find creative products here. Okay, I just wanted to let you know I did move this up off the floor. It looks great. I've got room for the smaller salt wash there. And I'm going to move these safety glasses up one just to get them up off the floor. Okay, I fluffed this display up just a little bit. I think it looks a little better. And I will ask the gals if they have time to just restock this. I like it nice and full. The shop is all squared away. The gals are working on a bunch of fun organizing projects, and I'm gonna head home, and one of the last things I wanna do in this video is just get my garage more organized with the things that are left. So I have the things from this week's thrift haul and really separate the things that still need painted, so then I have some goals for next week of things to finish. Look who's in the garage trying to find stuff. This is what we need to deal with next. It's really not that bad. I do wanna show that we can park in here still, which is pretty great.
I just got to get all the football season stuff out of here, all the extra chairs.
Yeah.
And all the stuff down the fields, you know.
Yeah, and find a few things. And we have that chair we haven't fixed, but it's not bad.
I wasn't finding the stuff that you had me look for. Is it in the middle row on the Defender?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
The only other place
have you used your truck?
No, my truck's empty.
No, but did you use it to haul stuff at all to the shop?
This?
So we're going to put everything that needs to be painted up here, move everything from this week's haul down here, and I think it'll help keep things organized. So this giant basket we're just going to take to the shop. It's too big to sell online, but I don't need it here.
Sweet.
I found this box. I was like, are they in here? Sure enough, they were just underneath some other things we're taking to the shop. That's why you got to clean so you can find.
It looked like trash in the top of a box.
Okay, so I'm pretty proud to say this really only took like 15 minutes. We have our football gear because our season's not over yet. The kids' bikes. This one chair that we need to get to. These are the only thrift flips that need painted. That's really manageable. And then the rest is this week's thrift flips and empty containers. I'm feeling good about that. Now, that's not to say that the barn doesn't also have things. But this is just my home hoard is really well organized. We emptied the garbage can. And we're good. You have to do maintenance. That's what part of being a creative is.
All right. I'm going to keep going through the barn 10 minutes at a time. We'll get it. All right. Organization. My favorite thing. Your favorite thing too, right?
You know, as a creative, you're constantly having to get projects done. Hopefully this inspires you to get some smaller things done. And thanks for coming along with us while we work on our thrift flips and get projects complete. If you need any paint and products for your thrift flips to get your hoard under control, please visit JaneMurrayVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to share it out, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to Jane Murray Vintage for more
DIY.
We'll see you on the next episode.
So I can fly. Oh,